Imagine that you leave camp for water, turn around, and every tree suddenly looks identical. The fire is somewhere behind you, but the forest swallows its light, smoke, and familiar voices. Night is falling. Cold touches your skin, and one wrong direction could erase your return forever. Today, you would open a phone and search for the reassuring blue dot on a map. An ancient traveler had no screen, compass, road sign, or rescue team waiting nearby. Yet humans crossed forests, deserts, tundra, and open seas long before modern navigation existed. So how did they return home when every direction seemed equally empty and dangerous? They possessed no magical instinct. Their survival depended on combining many weak clues together. The sun offered the clearest beginning, revealing direction, passing hours, and the approach of darkness. But clouds could erase it, while twisting paths turned familiar trees into repeated traps. A traveler remembered duration, turns, stream crossings, slopes, and where the ground changed beneath bare feet. Not as numbers or degrees, but as a lived sequence the body could repeat. Downhill first, beside the stream, across loose stones, then left after the split tree. But the strangest part begins when we stop imagining a map viewed from above. Ancient routes may have lived less like pictures and more like carefully ordered experiences. First came the split rock, then running water, soft ground, and a ridge above trees. You did not need to see the entire landscape. You needed to remember its rhythm. Your legs remembered the climb, your ears remembered water, and your eyes remembered broken stone. A single landmark could confirm the route, but it could also create dangerous confidence. Then weather changed everything, covering stones, moving rivers, dropping trees, and hiding distant mountains. And here, everything becomes frightening, because a trusted landmark can suddenly disappear without warning. The traveler who followed one clue blindly could become the person everyone searched for. Experienced wayfinders compared sunlight, slope, water, wind, sounds, tracks, and the shape of ground. A stream could lead toward larger water, yet still carry you farther from home. An animal trail might reach water, food, a den, or deeper wilderness with no return. A clue was never a promise. Its value depended on what every other clue said. The real skill appeared when signs disagreed and the landscape stopped matching remembered expectations. If sunlight pointed east, but the river bent wrongly, the mistake probably happened earlier. That was the moment to stop, breathe, and resist panic before dangerous distance multiplied. Returning to the last recognized place was safer than turning uncertainty into several lost miles. But this is only half the story, because navigation was never purely an individual skill. We cannot hear instructions spoken 20,000 years ago. Voices leave no stone fossils. Archaeology preserves camps, tools, and materials, but not the instant someone chose a direction. Still, ancient communities moved across enormous territories connecting water, hunting grounds, relatives, and shelter. Stone materials sometimes traveled hundreds of kilometers from the places where people first collected them. That does not prove one traveler crossed everything. Objects could move between neighboring groups, but someone understood the routes linking camps, crossings, seasonal food, stone, and distant people. Here, modern communities without printed maps reveal how remarkably sophisticated human wayfinding can become. We cannot copy their traditions directly into prehistory, yet they still expose forgotten human possibilities. Inuit hunters around Igloolik read winds, snowdrifts, tides, currents, animals, and the changing sky. Where outsiders saw empty whiteness, experienced travelers saw patterns carrying direction, history, and warning. Place names carried coastlines, dangerous ice, bays, landmarks, and the correct order of travel. An elder described what appeared first, what followed next, and which danger waited beyond. But the real danger was not where you think. Emptiness itself could contain information. Across the Pacific, Navigators held courses using stars, sunlight, wind, and long ocean swells. When clouds hid the heavens, the moving sea still pressed recognizable directions beneath canoes. Birds, clouds, floating plants, and changing water could announce unseen land beyond the horizon. This was not magic. It was trained attention detecting subtle differences inside apparent sameness. But then comes the part almost nobody mentions. One powerful navigation tool was story. Among some Aboriginal Australian cultures, roots connect with songs, narratives, places, memory, and country. A songline is not merely spoken directions. It can carry culture and landscape together. Rhythm protects sequence, while story makes one hill emotionally different from every other hill. Suddenly, the answer becomes larger than sunlight, tracks, stars, rivers, or individual personal cleverness. An ancient traveler returned because countless other people had walked and remembered before him. Someone revealed hidden dry season water, safe crossings, dangerous floods, and where migrating animals gathered. Someone made children repeat place names in order while their feet learned the route. A child followed adults, turning borrowed experience into memory carried inside muscles and senses. And this changed everything. The strongest map may have been distributed across the entire group. One hunter knew winter paths, another knew stone sources, while elders remembered vanished riverbanks. Someone read stars, someone understood tides, and someone remembered where shelter survived violent storms. No single person needed every answer, because knowledge lived between people rather than alone. That network made the group safer, but it also created a terrifying hidden weakness. Losing one experienced elder could erase a route that had never been written anywhere. Now imagine the worst moment. Clouds close, rain erases tracks, and the wind changes. You hear water nearby, but cannot know whether it belongs to the remembered river. Here is the real climax. Being lost meant separation from your community's living memory. Ancient people also became confused, made mistakes, disappeared, and sometimes, tragically, never returned home. Their knowledge never made them invulnerable. It only reduced risk in an unforgiving world. But the deepest survival tool was not direction itself. It was shared attention across generations. A route survived because many minds repeated it, corrected it, and carried it forward. When one memory failed, another person could restore the missing turn, warning, or landmark. Without that network, the landscape became silent, even when every clue remained physically present. And this is where ancient humans suddenly begin looking deeply and uncomfortably similar to us. Modern people rarely read wind, slope, stars, or water. Instead, we read glowing screens. A navigation voice can guide us across cities while teaching us almost nothing about space. GPS is astonishingly useful, but it remembers the route so our minds do not. Ancient wayfinding worked oppositely, forcing constant attention toward landscape, sequence, people, and repeated experience. So what truly replaced maps was never one clue, tool, animal track, or star. It was a living network of attention, memory, experience, teaching, and deeply shared stories. They did not carry the map beside them. They carried it inside one another. Perhaps ancient loss meant more than missing home. It meant leaving your world's memory. Today, satellites show where home is until batteries die and the screen becomes black. Then an older question returns. Do you know the way, or does your phone? If this ancient skill surprised you, the next story will uncover another forgotten human ability.